welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are back into Leolal after finishing Vuklamat's, after finding the City of Gold with Vuklamat, and thereby she's been declared victor of the claimant trial. And now, I believe there is a ceremony of some kind. And of course, since this is not the end of the expansion, something else will happen. Bring time with you, okay. Dawn of a new tomorrow. Welcome back, and may I congratulate you on Vuklamat's victory in the rite of succession? It is our great honor to host the comrades of our future Dawnservant. Such a grand journey has doubtless left you fatigued. Please relax and enjoy your stay. Sometime later. Yes? Connor. Surprised to see me? I suppose it's only natural. May I come in? I haven't properly thanked you. What do you mean? That my sister was able to realize her potential is testament to the quality of her traveling companions. Particularly you. For that, you have my heartfelt gratitude. Vuklamat did all the work. I was just moral support. My primary business in calling is to deliver a message from Le Marquis. As you well know, after the Ascension ceremony, she will officially take up the mantle of Dawnservant. She's expressed a desire for you to accept a post within her administration, while making no mention of me. You needn't decide immediately. My sister will broach the matter with you again after the ceremony. Whether you continue to assist Le Marquis or not is up to you. That is all, if you'll excuse me. You have become someone irreplaceable to her. As a brother, I acknowledge that, with no little jealousy. But believe me when I say that I hope you will stay by her side. I doubt that. You know, the whole Azam the Traveler thing? And thus it arrived. The day of a Dawnservant Ascension ceremony.
What a crowd! As befits the changing of Dawnservants.
It's starting.
The Dawnservant!
Look! He's here!
The head of reason is resting again. Thought he'd grace us for this occasion at least.
People of Tuliolal, you honor us with your presence. For on this auspicious day, we witness the dusking of one era and the dawning of the next. The succession of Dawnservants. But I've talked for long enough. Allow me to present the claimant, whose determination, wisdom, and compassion guided them to triumph in the City of Gold. My daughter, Wuklamat! Huzzah! Huzzah!
Long live the Dawnservant! Long live Tuliolal!
Growing up in this city, I used to think I knew all there was to know about Tuliolal. But my journey showed me how much I had yet to learn about the cultures, histories, and aspirations of this nation. Through the time-honored Ihana, the Hanuhanu taught me how they nourish and cultivate both the land and their bonds with visitors. And with their alpacas and tradecraft, the Pelupelu showed me the depths of their patience and fortitude, to know when to push through and when not to push your luck. From the moblins and their artisans, I gained insight into the power of creativity, that it is when we are filled with passion and bolstered by the support of others that we produce our best works. I was moved by the history and hopes of the Yokhui, who believe that death isn't the end, that we live on so long as we're remembered. I felt joy and harmony in Yaktel when I tasted Shebruk Pibil, the dish that marked the beginning of peace between the Shebral and Mamurja after centuries of warfare. And I felt sorrow in Mamuk when I met with those who placed their faith in the promise of blessed siblings, and for this were burdened with great suffering. Through the understanding we forged, I'm hopeful that they will find what they seek through friendship and community, for we are all Turali.
Understanding with Mamuk? What sorcery did she use on them?
All of which is to say that, as I've come to know our nation, I've seen the ways in which we thrive, and the ways in which we still struggle. Some in Kozamauka must resort to banditry to survive. A faction of Yokhui still cling to dreams of conquest. Not everyone lives in peace and plenty. And there's still so much of Tuliolal I don't know. Places I haven't seen, and people I haven't met. That's why I hope to keep learning about and from you, that we might build a nation where everyone knows happiness. Because if there's one thing my journey has taught me, it's that your happiness is my happiness. I say mine, but the Dawnservant doesn't need to be a single person, does it?
Oh dear. What is she doing?
Yeah. My father led Tulihiolau to prosperity by the resolve and reason of his 2 heads. But my 1 head can only get us so far. To further change our nation for the better, I'll need someone else. Someone with the knowledge and insight that I lack. So what do you say? Be Dawnservant with me, Kona?
I had that idea a while ago already, that this is where it was going.
Ramachi, are you certain?
Absolutely. You take reason, and I take resolve. Together, we make a full Dawnservant.
You'll have no objections from me, of course. But mine is not the approval you need.
During my time abroad, I experienced the benefits of foreign technologies, some of which I introduced to our nation. Dirigibles now soar the sky in the south, while locomotives traverse the land in the north. I was convinced that by imitating foreign powers, we could assert our strength and thereby deter invasion. Yet despite my intentions, I failed to understand what I was too eager to cast aside, and the very people I wish to protect. My own journey has taught me that culture isn't a hindrance to progress, but a shared value that binds us, connecting lives and generations. With your blessing, I vow to help Tulihiolau prosper in a way that honors the hopes and heritage of all her peoples. My esteemed predecessor would accept nothing less. For ultimately, I harbor the same wish as my sister, to give you cause to smile. That is my heartfelt desire.
Glad this didn't go to waste. This is the Lay of Legacy, the part of the Tulihyola saga where you and I become the next Dawnservant.
Good heavens! Don't tell me this is what kept you so busy ahead of the ceremony.
Just so you know, I didn't decide this on a whim. After reflecting on all we've been through, I realized it was the only answer.
With this, both my brother and I have worthy successors. He would have been proud. Of course you knew.
He's dead.
It's been 3 years since my brother left us.
It cannot be. The head of reason is no longer with us.
Oh, tragic tidings.
I didn't want to believe it.
I'm sorry I never told you. We wanted the people to rest easy until our successor could be chosen. Planning the rite was my brother's final duty. He was determined for it to serve the nation's best interests, and labored nigh without cease. And then he died, forcing me to do the actual work. A sneaky bastard. But he did well. I have to give him that. The outcome speaks for itself. Though not quite to the original script, your new Dawnservant rises. May they shine resplendent, and their rule bring light ever greater to Tuliolol.
The head of reason was very wise indeed to revise something so elaborate and meaningful as a rite of succession. Tis a shame he could not be here to bear witness to the end. A bittersweet celebration to be sure, but I'm glad Vukola had finally gotten the recognition she deserves. She might have told someone what she was planning, but Vukola does not act without the best interest of her people in mind. Vukola was brilliant up there, wasn't she? The part with the second promise was surprising, but between the two of them, I dare say our new Dawnservants will be capable of anything. The future of Tuliolol is bright indeed. Earlier in Yak Tale. Kettenrum.
Changes in the air, and it's all because of our little firebrand. Every Ilmer father's daughter, that one. I'll be watching where you steer this nation, lass. With what time I've got left.
It wasn't much. Ever greater, ever brighter. Vuklamat has truly come into her own, has she not? Indeed, even as she moved the people with her heartfelt words, she retained her characteristic spontaneity, as evidenced by her nomination of Quana as fellow Dawnservant. As sudden as it was, I would like to believe she gave it all due consideration. She could do far worse. Connor completed every feat except the last, and that he only forfeited to have Vuklamat secure victory. I look forward to seeing how Tuliola will prosper under their care. Everyone, thank you for coming. I could see you all perfectly from up there. That was an impressive speech, Dawnservant. I told you, no titles. Besides, after everything we've been through together, you're nothing less than family. So, like my family does, I'd like you to call me La Moitié. It would be my honor, La Moitié. Thank you. That means a lot to me. It would also be my honor to call you La Moitié. Mine as well. Indeed. Consider us your Eorzean cousins, if such a notion appeals to you. Eorzean cousins. It's a little embarrassing, but not in a bad way. There's still lots I'd like to say, but I need to make my rounds first. Want to thank my supporters who visited for the occasion. Could you wait for me here? Of course. We'll keep ourselves entertained. That said, would you join me, Desiree? Wonderful. Come and meet me outside the Winged Walk, then. I don't believe I saw Katnuma in attendance, did you? About that... La Moitié. La Moitié? Don't worry about us. Go and have fun with Vukla... La Moitié. She'll always be Vuklamat to me, no matter how important she gets. Ready? Let's go. Our first stop is on T's Tacos, and not just for snacks, I promise. Rook Evo and Mablu should be there. Vuklamat is now accompanying you. It's been a while since I made it to the capital. I'm glad to find it so lively. Dawnservant Vuklamat! Oh, she was marvelous up there, wasn't she? I simply wept with joy. Oh, Kali! These tacos are delicious. Though not even tasty, I've dropped the reeds. Dawnservant Vuklamat. Words cannot well express the profound joy your ascension has brought me. No need for formalities, I'm still the same old me. Alright then, I shall forgo formalities. But I cannot! You are Dawnservant, too disrespectful it is to address you without your new title! As Dawnservant, I'm ordering you not to bother with formalities. Alright then, I won't bother anymore. I could more easily converse with a drunken alpaca. Thank you for helping Vuklamat become Dawnservant, Desiree. Political opinions in our community may have been divided, but the Dawnservant's ascension presents us with a prime opportunity, which is why I convinced everyone to participate in the commemorative sales campaign. A wonderful plan, no? My first big undertaking as a merchant. I do like the sound of a sale, so long as I'm not persuaded to buy too much. It's good to see all of you. I want to personally thank each of you for your help. The feat of reeds and the feat of gold were my first two tests as a claimant. If not for your guidance, I would have failed the rite of succession before I fully understood its importance. Now that you've given me a taste for celebrating culture, I can't wait to see what else Tulliola has to offer. In Yaktural, for instance. As always, you must observe proper etiquette. I would be happy to offer my services as a tutor, should you desire them. I can think of no better instructor. I'll be sure to bring Kana as well. Your duties as Dawnservant will be plentiful, but don't forget your promise to attend Ihana next season. Of course, I won't miss it. When I made a name for myself as a merchant, I'll come back with Palace and tell you all about my biggest sales. I look forward to it. I have been personally attending to your alpaca's care. Then we hope to see you at the ranch again. Tell my fluffy spit-filled friend that Vuklamat will visit soon. Anyway, you have to excuse us. You haven't seen Frontian around here, have you? A tall, slim fellow with long, pointy ears? I saw a man matching the description by the weapons dealer in Bayside Bevy, in the company of a moblin and a bear of your queue, if I remember correctly. Bayside Bevy, got it. Enjoy the festivities, everyone, and the tacos. When it's settled, the Dawnservants' Education Day discount is hereby in effect. The first promises Golden Alpaca as a spirit as ever. Too spirited, if you ask me. We could not have asked for a finer Dawnservant. I hope Dawnservant Kana will join us for Ihana as well. Sounds like Frontian has made new friends, which should make him easy to find.
I have not come to Tulliola in quite some time.
Vukla, Dawnservant, Desiree, you honor us with your presence. Thank you for coming, everyone. I know the journey to Tulliola isn't a short one. Long road worth a travel to congratulate new Dawnservant.
To hear the head of reason has passed brings me sorrow, but we who remember him will ensure he lives on. May the accolades of his day be offerings to the future he envisioned. The High Luminary and I attend on behalf of Vorlos Echo. Had our people come en masse, it would have been an obstruction.
Nonsense, you're always welcome, all of you. This is your city as much as anyone's. I'm glad to see you hale and whole, Desiree. Though I know little of the particulars, I can only imagine your latest adventure has been both long and colorful. Beginning with near shipwreck, if you remember. Yet, here we stand, celebrating the ascension of your claimant. When my journey began, I thought only of preserving the peace that my father worked so hard to create. The feat of pots, and the feat of proof, and the feat of ice showed me that peace is not simply the absence of war. Being able to live together in safety and happiness, that was what my father envisioned for this nation. That's the Tuliyollal I want for you all. So I promise you this, as Dawnservant, I will do everything I can to bring that same happiness to the bandits in Kozamauka and the Yakuri in Shirvago's Sultan. I won't forsake them.
As I was moved by your father's influence, so too may the Shirvagur come to accept your peace. The beliefs that stood for a millennium were not easily shifted, neither are they immutable.
Well, I can be pretty determined. They'll come around eventually, mark my words. I can vouch for the efficacy of such determination. Thanks to the Moblin's hospitality, I've been able to discover the joy of my craft and honor my father's legacy.
Now that good living is secure, the village overflows with field smiles. Such cooperation between Hellpants and Potsworn is the very spirit of a healthy pot pact.
A partnership like yours is bound to be fruitful. I look forward to seeing the fantastic pieces you produce. There are some other people I'd like to see, so we should take our leave. Let's try and find Humuruk.
The Jabral Rush. I believe I saw him on the sands below.
The Gleam Sands, thank you. Enjoy your time in the city, and remember, this will always be your home too.
Before the ceremony, we perused the Tuliyollal saga on Moa's measure. I am proud to see your geographic traditions so prominently displayed in the city. I must pay my respects to Gul'Jur Jaja, who we would doubtless insist upon a bout.
Ragnarok is excited to see how the new Dawnservant will help hunt Tuliyollal. This city will be as one big happy pot.
Come and visit us in Elfenshire. Ragnarok and I should be glad to welcome you. My, you honor us with a personal visit, Dawnservant. Congratulations upon your ascension. No, none of that. My title may have changed, but I'm still just Vuklamat. More than just, I'd say. You've grown into a leader fit for this nation. Your father must be proud. I hope so, but big events like this make me wonder, you know? What my birth parents might say if they knew. I imagine they would say it fills their hearts with joy to see the strong, compassionate woman you've become. I owe you my thanks as well, for fulfilling your promise to me. I told Bakul Jaja to stay with us so we could all congratulate you in person. But he marched off, muttering something about not being able to face you just yet. A boy needs purpose. Purpose beyond catering to the demands of others. He was always too obliging for his own good. I'm sure he'll find it in his own time, especially if he knows his family is there for him. That we are. By the way, have you seen Kettenram anywhere? Tankra, that is? Kettenram, was it? A strong name, if a bit exotic. We called upon him before leaving Mamuk, but he wasn't at home. I don't recall seeing him at the ceremony either. The first promise was notably absent as well, where I assumed he required time to solve his injured pride. Everyone thought he'd be the one to succeed Papa. My victory must have come as quite a shock to him. As for Tankwa, I'm sure he's around here somewhere, or ready to appear when we least expect him. We'd best be going, but relax, enjoy, and make yourselves at home. And come and visit us anytime. Alright, I think I found everyone I could find. Let's return to the others in the winged walk. Vuklamat may have realized her goal, but I hope we'll continue to be a friend to her. I've heard there's another shop that serves delicious tacos. I'd love to try them. More than a few of Mamuk's citizens have expressed new interest in moving to Tuliyollal. I will confer with Dawnservant Corner to ensure their transition is a smooth one. Kulon Jaja stopped by to offer his thanks for his support. He also bade me extend his gratitude to you for assisting a concerned father. I'm not sure what he meant by it, but I assume you do. Oh, you're back! Evan was just regaling us with stories of Lemati from when we were little. What? The one about the taco? It was basically clean when I found it. Oh, no. The one about Papa's feathers? Look, I don't know where else to wipe my nose. I was too little to know better. There are rumors that Guru Jaja may go on pilgrimage now that he's no longer Dawnservant. But I'm sure the transition process will keep him in the capital for some time yet. Welcome back. I hope you didn't rush on our account.
Seen everyone you wanted to see?
I have. Sorry for keeping you all. Now, there's just one last matter. What Kona spoke to you about. I'm sure he made it abundantly clear, but I'm completely serious. I want you to stay in Tuliyollal with me. I'm not forcing you, of course, but should you wish it, you'll always have a place here.
Thank you.
Ah, that's right. This is for you. A permit granting passage to Shatural, which, as I recall, you've yet to see. An adventurer like you could hardly resist, no? I can't believe our journey is over already.
It isn't. We have still a few levels to go.
You accepted me as a comrade and stood with me to the end. You have my eternal gratitude. Thank you. Well, I had better get going. I need to start learning all my official Dawnservant duties. I'll be sure to share what my old man says about the Golden City too, once he tells me. Till then, feel free to pass the time as you like.
For now, I will remain in Tural. There's someone I'd like to see before returning to Sharlayan.
What about the rest of you?
Alize and I also intend to remain a while longer. As educational as this experience has been thus far, we feel there are even more lessons to be had for Garlemald. By hearing about the peace your father facilitated, and then seeing you reforge relations with Mamuk, we were reminded of a profound truth. That is, acceptance begins with understanding.
And, like you demonstrated throughout the rite, there are unexpected yet effective ways for two sides to understand each other. The question is how to encourage it, and by seeing more of this nation born of unity, we hope to find some hints.
Personally, I can hardly wait to learn more about the City of Gold. So, if I may, I'd like to stay in Tula Yolal as well.
By all means. Your rooms are at your disposal for as long as you need them.
And what of you? Thinking of touring Shaktural, perhaps?
Still undecided, to be honest.
Then perhaps we could travel together? The person I intend to meet is my mentor, so I'll be visiting my hometown in Shaktural. If you have no particular destination in mind, I'd be happy to guide you en route.
Sounds good.
Then it's farewell for now. Take care, all of you.
When you're ready, come and meet me at the Shaktural Skygate.
Connor?
We're friends to the end, you hear me? Friends to the end!
Speak of Erenville over there. Past these gates and over the bridge lies Jacques Turel. You have your permit, yes? Packed and ready? No last minute stops to make before we leave? Forgive me, I'm afraid traveling with our new Dawnservant may have scarred me for life. Meanwhile, in the depths of a sky-deep note. Does he have all of them? This is the gate to the Golden City. Two decades ago, your father bade me transcribe a letter to a scholar across the salt, petitioning the study of this place. What he discovered was something the Dawnservant feared enough to seal away forever, or so we thought until the rite's objective became the City of Gold. But to think that Tankwa would be entrusted with its safekeeping, had I known that doddering old fool carried a set of keystones, we might have spared ourselves those tiresome feats. Great power sleeps here, and with it, you shall obtain your birthright. So you say, yet the new Dawnservant succeeded where I could not. Taking the throne will be no easy task. A resilient son underestimates his own potential. There's no need for worry. I have liberated the key from the Dawnservant's vault. You alone have a means to unlock the gate. You will gain all you were denied. The rite, your father's shade. These bitter memories shall soon be forgotten. Seize your future promise. Open the gate and become the ruler you are destined to be. It's working. Is somewhere can hear me? At last. Who's there? Show yourself. If only I could. Alas, this gate will not open for me. Only the key in your possession can connect us. Then, you're the guardian of the city's great power? I do not claim this power is great, but the knowledge I possess is enough to realize any desire to remake worlds. Is that so? Fascinating. Name your price then, for my desire is the world itself. Yes, yes, the resilient sun rises. Together we shall create a nation worthy of our rule. Promise? Why? The useless tool is cast aside. Deliver me a new world, one that bends to my will. As you wish, but in exchange. Good, and I think I end the episode here with that revelation. Until next time then, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV and see how this develops. Until then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.